Hello and welcome back. Today I have another 10 words for you, and looking here in the background, it's kind of like being in some ethereal space. We've got the lights shining bright here. Um, but today I'm going to begin, as usual, with dictation. So I will be reading one of the words to you, modeling the pronunciation, and you can practice spelling as I spell the word to you. All right? Let's begin. The first word is broad. Broad. B-R-O-A-D. B-R-O-A-D. Broad. Broad is something that is very wide. Okay? Something very wide. So, for example, el Río Bravo or el Río Grande, they are broad rivers. They're very wide rivers. That's the idea. Also, if someone is exercising a lot, right? They're really exercising and working out their upper body, you would hope that eventually they will have broad shoulders. Their shoulders will be wide. And that's an expression we use in English to express that someone is very, very muscular, very fit in their upper body. We could say, wow, they have very broad shoulders. They look very strong and wide. Okay. Our next word, comment. C-O-M-M-E-N-T. Comment. Comment. If you're watching this video, you're probably familiar with what comments are on YouTube, Facebook, right? Comments expressing your opinion, writing something, sharing your opinion. But the emphasis with this idea of comment, or the emphasis I'm putting on this word of comment, is the idea that you do share it. So if you think something and you have an opinion and you never tell anyone, it's not a comment. It's your own thoughts, okay? But once you write them and you share them with someone else, now it has become a comment. You are sharing your opinion and commenting it to someone else, okay? Number 3, effective. Effective. E-F-F-E-C-T-I-V-E. Effective. Effective. Effective is something that is functioning with your desired result. You want something to happen. You have a process. If that process is working, it is effective. It is accomplishing its purpose, accomplishing the goal. For example, my goal in making these videos is so that you can learn 10 new vocabulary words every week. If you learn the words, if you are practicing them and remember the words, then the video is effective. I hope it is effective for you. And if not, we know there are plenty of videos on YouTube and resources as well. But I hope that this is a benefit for you and effective in its purpose. All right. Next word, focus. Focus. F-O-C-U-S. Focus. F-O-C-U-S. Now, with this word, notice it's an O. All right, we have an O here. And that O should be a real O sound. Focus, focus. I know that vowels in English are not always consistent. Sometimes we change the sounds of our vowels, or many times we change the sounds of vowels depending on the word. But in this word, the O really is that O shape. Focus. Be careful with that. Don't make it flat like or it could sound like a not so nice word in English, all right? Focus. For the Spanish speakers, this would be like the seal. Focus. Focus. Or. Okay? Think about the focus in Spanish, that animal, and it should be that pronunciation. Okay? Next word, goal. 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 I hope that all of you have a goal or many goals that you are working towards. Goals help us stay focused and help us improve, right? Give us something that we can measure, and with it, when we have a bigger goal, having some small goals allow us to measure our progress. With this word goal, it's basically your purpose or your desire, your focus when you're doing something. So for learning English, maybe your goal is to get a better job. You're learning English for a better job. Or maybe your goal is to be able to communicate with people in a more effective way. Maybe your goal is to make new friends in the United States or other English speaking places. A goal, a purpose, or your desired result. Next word, mercy. M-E-R-C-Y. M-E-R-C-Y. Mercy. Mercy. Mercy is the idea of doing something good for someone even when they might not deserve it. I love this word. A beautiful word in English. Beautiful concept. Mercy. So imagine, let's say, imagine you have a car accident, all right? And imagine it's the other person's fault. Imagine they hit you, they hit your car, all right? And your car, now has a lot of problems. It's damaged, it's broken, it's not functioning correctly. And again, imagine it's the other person's fault and it's obvious. You know it was their fault. Mercy would be forgiving them and saying, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll pay for my car and I'll pay to repair your car. That would be mercy, where you're doing something good for someone else, even when they might not deserve it. Even if they did something wrong or they made a mistake, you're showing forgiveness or doing something good for them. Another example might be, imagine your children, they didn't do their homework. Okay, they didn't do their homework, but they want to go to their friend's house. You say, no, you didn't do your homework. You cannot go, right? Mercy might also be giving them another chance to do their homework. Not skipping the punishment, but at least giving them another opportunity to do their homework because it's something good for them they need to do to progress and continue to advance. And maybe letting them go see their friend afterwards. All right. Next word, neglect. Neglect. N-E-G-L-E-C-T. Neglect. Neglect. To neglect is like to ignore. Okay? To ignore. To pretend like you don't see something. To not interact with something or someone. For example, imagine your child is crying in another room and you imagine they're not there. That would be neglecting your children, and that's a very serious problem, domestic problem. If you're doing that, go see your children. Stop the video and go see your children. You can go to jail, right? A serious crime if you neglect your children. But to neglect, it's that idea that you're not giving your attention to someone or to something. Now, that's a serious example to help you remember that idea that your child is crying and you're imagining they're not there. You're focused on something else. That would be to neglect them. All right. But neglect can also be something less dramatic. Imagine you need to complete a specific project at your job and you don't want to do it. You're checking your email, you're making phone calls, maybe you're going out to get something to eat, you're taking a lunch break, and you still have not completed that project. You are neglecting the project, okay? Next word, otherwise. Otherwise. O-T-H-E-R-W-I-S-E. Otherwise. Okay. This is a different part of speech than most of the words we've looked at in these videos. This is connecting two ideas. Similar to the way the word and or but connects ideas. And is showing there's some sort of similar relationship. But is showing contrast. Two ideas that contrast each other. Otherwise is also connecting two ideas, and it is showing one idea and an alternative. This is the idea of similar to cause and effect. It's saying this could happen, and if not, this other idea will happen. And even that expression, if not, can be synonymous with this word otherwise. For example, imagine I have fish and I have chicken in my refrigerator. Okay? And my wife says, "Hey, what should we eat tonight?" Well, we can eat chicken, otherwise we will eat fish. Those are the two options. And so I'm saying this could happen or this. If this does not happen, this other thing will happen. Okay? Next word. Seen. Seen. Pronounced just like the past participle of the word see. Seen. I have seen. You have seen. But the spelling is different. Same pronunciation, different spelling. S-C-E-N-E. S-C-E-N-E. Scene. Scene. A scene is a part of a book or a play, some sort of drama, or a comedy, any sort of production like that, sort of story, but it is in one space. Okay? So for example, imagine in a movie, there is a part of the movie in which the people are inside their house, and later there's a different part of the movie, it just changes, and now they are on vacation at the beach, looking at the sunshine. The environment is completely different between the two parts of the movie. Those are two different scenes. Okay? And even the environment around them we would call the scenery. The scenery. The way things look in the atmosphere and the environment around them. But the scene is the place that you are, that one space where actions are happening. So when they are in the house, okay, maybe they're talking, they're cleaning, brushing their teeth. That's one scene. Everything is happening in that same space. Then when they change to another period of time and maybe a different place, it's a different scene. We also use this word, for example, if there's a crime, if someone commits a crime like robbery or car accident, the place where that happened, the specific location, is the crime scene. Okay, that's the crime scene. It's a location where some other actions are happening. Okay, and the last word, tear. T-E-A-R. Everyone say tear. 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 Now, I would like to be clear that this word is actually spelled the same as another word in English you might have heard. Another word with the same spelling but a different pronunciation. So we have tear, okay, tear, which means to rip something. Like imagine I have this and I rip it. You see this paper is ripped right now. All right, it has a rip in it. It's not completely removed, but it's now damaged in some way, right? I'm tearing it. To tear. Okay. So you can think of this idea, a tear. Sometimes in your clothes, you might have a small hole. It's not completely gone, but it's opened a little bit. It's damaged in some way that now it's opened. That's a tear. The other word that's spelled the same word, that's spelled the same way, you might be familiar with, is tear. Tear. Like this. Tear. Like when you're crying. The water that comes out. Tears. All right. One drop, a tear. You have multiple tears. The water coming out of your eyes. So we have tear, tear. Tear, tear. If you tear your pants, you might have a tear afterwards. Maybe you will be sad if you tear your pants. All right. Well, that's the lesson for today. I hope you enjoyed it and keep studying.